Hello everyone, my name is Alexis Brantley. I am part of the Bachelor of Applied Sciences and Applied Business Management program at Pierce College. I am here today to present my findings of the communication audit that I performed on Rain Gutters Pros LLC over the past several weeks. By the instruction of Dr. Potter in my organizational communications course. The agenda for this presentation starts with a brief history of the company and the culture I have observed from the inside as well as from the outside perspective. We will then move to how I personally feel about the organization with a unique point of view. Next, we move to the method in which I collected my data. Following suit, I will present the results of my findings as well as a SWOT analysis conducted with an employee. Lastly, I will mention the limitations I encountered during my research and any recommendations I have for the company, as well as my final thoughts and conclusion. Rain Gutter Pros actually started as a larger company that was referred to as Haas Aluminum. It started as two brothers, the Haas, and their best friend Jeff in 2007. In 2017, Jeff was offered to split from the brothers and take over the gutter guard portion of what was originally a gutter cleaning, installation, and general gutter services and products business. Jeff renamed the company Rain Gutter Pros Limited Liability Corporation. As of 2021, they have an A+ rating through the Better Business Bureau. The shop, where production takes place, is downtown Puyallup, Washington. There is an office there, but since COVID-19 pandemic started, all office duties were moved to remote locations. As of 2022, the company employs 4 people: the owner, Jeff, 2 production workers, and the director of operations, Jennifer, who runs the office and mans the phones from her home. I have a unique perspective on this company as I worked there in 2018 as their director of social media. Jennifer is also my mother, so I have some insights into the business that most consumers would never have access to. The culture is friendly and very laid back. It's similar to Casual Friday, but every day. As it is labeled as construction work, appearances don't necessarily have to be professional. The company is family and locally owned, and that's very important to them. Their slogan is "Your ideal choice for gutter guard options," and I believe that to be true. From the outside, the company is very small and extremely trustworthy, but on the inside, growth is booming while expansion is hindered. To collect my data, I conducted interviews with Jennifer, the director of operations, and observed the office as well as the production site downtown. Jennifer seemed to know all there was to know on the company, as she's worked there for the better part of 7 years. To my surprise, the company has grown roughly 125% in the last 5 years. And while the number of employees has technically doubled during that time, it went from just 2 people to 4 people, which, in Jennifer's opinion, is not enough to support the growth they have experienced. I found that a lot of her frustrations stemmed from a lack of manpower and a feeling of indecisiveness from the owner about growth. In the next slide, I will talk about the results of my studies, accompanied by a SWOT analysis that Jennifer and I produced as a team. The biggest strength of the company is the product itself. As all the employees would say, it sells itself. Their brand of gutter guard is generally unique and they ship nationwide. For those of you that don't know, gutter guard is a metal mesh that covers gutters to protect from clogs caused by leaves and other debris. It helps to lengthen the life of your gutters. As far as communication goes, their best strength is their integrated computer system. They use Google Suite to keep up to date with each other and the steady flow of orders coming in and shipping out. This system is a necessity as the office is still remote and only meets with production about once a week. Some weaknesses would be that there's a lack of expansion in a physical sense as well into new products. The current production site doesn't have the space to produce enough to abide by their advertised same-day shipping year-round. The owner also seems to think laterally, wishing to expand into new areas before addressing needs in the main business. Jennifer states that the owner struggles with delegation of tasks as he is a very hands-on guy. She feels the company could grow faster if he stepped back and helped run the back end of things or hired more people to do so. There also don't seem to be enough phone lines for the amount of business coming in. Because Jennifer is the only one answering phones, it can be hard to get to every customer in a single day. Opportunities for the business include expanding into new production sites and brick-and-mortar locations, creating new lines for the product, expanding on what they've already perfected, and bringing more people on board so the company can grow as their financials have allowed them to. The biggest threat is the competition. Television ads seem to reach more people than Rain Gutter Pros is currently capable of. However, Jennifer stated that TV ads have their pros and cons. Yes, more people see the competition on TV, but there are some who seek a more affordable option after getting the outrageous TV quote, and they end up finding Rain Gutter Pros. So it's a threat, but not necessarily a concern. An internal threat that the owner is complacent and okay with the business remaining stagnant. He has ideas to grow but doesn't always follow through on the actions and will sometimes venture to another idea before finishing his first thought. He's a very innovative man, but that sometimes gets the best of him. I learned during my interviews that the company is looking to build a new production site in Port Orchard, Washington. However, COVID has slowed down the processing of permits, and it looks like they won't be able to move until 2024. Nevertheless, this is a good sign for the company, and Jennifer looks forward to it. Some limitations that I personally encountered were that I work a full-time job, so I was unable to observe the company during their busiest times of day. Nevertheless, I feel I gathered enough information to recommend the company assigning an internal change agent. A change agent is a leader in pursuit of change. A change agent understands that the only thing that remains stable in an organization is instability itself, and they welcome the challenge of being innovating and changing as the environment demands. I believe the Director of Operations, Jennifer, would be the best person for this job. She would be the voice of change as she is trusted by all members of the organization and her opinions matter to them. She could help implement hiring processes and inspiring ideas for product expansion. In conclusion, I believe Rain Gutter Pros is growing faster than they can currently handle. The company would be greatly improved by an increase of employees, proper delegation of tasks from the owner, and overall improved and more frequent communication between all employees. Thank you for your time.